Most men will die miserable. They'll smile for the photo, post the motivational quotes, flex the car and the watch. But behind it, they're hollow, they're anxious, they're numb and they're overwhelmed. I know it because these men that come to work with me, on paper it looks like they're living their best lives, but they hate their lives. Because they've forgotten who they are. See, most men don't live their own lives anymore. They live a performance. They're keeping up the appearances for everybody else, for their family, for their colleagues, for their friends. And then they wonder why no matter how much they achieve, it still feels empty. So if that hit you, good. Because this video might just be the slap in the face that you need to wake up and make a change in your life that you know you've needed to make. Because you wouldn't have clicked on this video in the first place. The algorithm wouldn't have blessed you about with this video in the first place. Because here's the exact truth about modern success. Because I remember when I thought success would fix everything. Money, women, status, validation. I chased it all. But I was still waking up with that pit in my chest, in my stomach, like something was off. I know you know that feeling where you just feel it in your chest like something's not right. And the scariest part, I was doing everything right. I was the high performer, quote unquote. Up early, gym, grind, make money, work, no excuses. But deep down, I knew that I was lying to myself and to the people around me. Because high performance means absolutely nothing when it's built on avoidance. When it comes from a place of pain, not from a place of purpose. Because you can't outwork a misaligned identity. You can't outrun a broken self-image. And you sure as hell can't build peace by stacking achievements and shiny objects on top of your trauma and your negative programming that you've been carrying through your whole life with. Because here's the harsh truth that most men don't want to hear and you won't hear people talk about. Success isn't the cure. Because you can't heal the same habits that made you sick in the first place. You can't find freedom through the same systems that keep you enslaved in your own mind and in your own life. Because most men don't need more discipline. They need more direction or some direction. They don't need motivation. They need some fucking meaning for their life. That's why I built the alignment blueprint. Because the truth is, life doesn't reward the man who hustles the hardest. It rewards the man who's aligned the deepest, who's living in alignment with the 3 M's and with his purpose. Because your outer world is just a mirror of your inner world. Let me say that again. Your outer world is just a mirror of your inner world. If you're chaotic on the inside, your success will feel chaotic too. If you're misaligned inside, your wins will just taste and feel hollow. That's why I tell men all the time, stop trying to fix the results. Fix the root, fix the systems, fix the way you're living, because you change that side of things and the results automatically change anyway. Because here's the real enemy of men. Men like you, men like me. Because the real enemy isn't laziness, it's comfort. It's the fake sense of safety that slowly kills your potential. It could be the high paying job, it could be the mortgage and the finance car. So you sit there scrolling, convincing yourself that you're researching. You binge podcasts, books, videos, telling yourself that you're learning. But let's be honest, you're avoiding silence, avoiding truth, avoiding accountability. And that's why I say, the moment that you stop lying to yourself, your real life starts to begin. Because when you strip it all away, the grind isn't your problem. It's the fear of being still and being able to sit with your own thoughts that's the problem. Because stillness is where the truth lives. And most men can't handle what they find there. Because they've been running away from the silence for so long that when they actually sit in the silence, it's scary. Because here's how my wake-up call happened. Because I had to hit rock bottom a few times before I changed. There was a time when I had nothing. Court dates, debts, no direction. I was abusing drugs, selling drugs, burning bridges, running for myself, getting in fights with people, getting in trouble with the police. Until one night, I looked in the mirror and said, "You've built this shit show of a life." That was my first taste of power. Owning my reflection. Being ashamed of it, no excuses, no victimhood, just straight responsibility. And that's when I realised, when you own your own mess, you can start to own your own mission and your power to build a better life. Because I rebuilt everything, my body, my business, my mindset, from that moment of radical honesty. And that's what I help my clients do inside the Power Hour breakthrough calls and with the alignment blueprint. It's not motivation, it's not soft, wishy-washy, feel-good, positive talk. It's just truth, strategy and raw alignment. But here's exactly why most men will stay stuck forever. Because here's why most men never change. They keep outsourcing their identity to everything externally. They need approval from women, from the men, their friends in their life, from their work colleagues, validation from social media, permission from the world to be themselves. But the most powerful man in the room, in any room, doesn't need validation. He creates it. He knows exactly who he is before anybody tells him who to be. And once you get that level of alignment, people feel it. You become magnetic. You start to walk different. You become different.